And welcome guys to another little video on our tower defense. Now in this video I'm going to be refactoring some of the build state. It will span over several videos, which are going to be small because of, I think, a big old huge long video nobody wants to watch. So we're going to span it out small ones and keep them uncomplicated so that people will understand them more. So to get this started with, I have some new scripts that I'm working on, which one is right here with a game manager, a different version of it and everything. But the old game manager that you guys have will work just fine. We will be changing the way they spawn and all that good stuff later on. But for now, your game manager that you have will work. Just be changing a little bit of code. And the first one that I want to change is how we get from state to state. These buttons right here, work, upgrades, and how this works. We need to change these. Really? Okay. So our units work, and we get several of these little state switching things. Not shop mode panel here. This is fine and everything. I'm okay with how this works, but there's a few pieces of it that should work actually better, and to uncomplicate things. And the first thing that we are going to look at is not this. Build mode here. Build mode, I have a default execution order of 100, which is really slow for later on. And the instance thing can be fine with game behaviors. Nothing really changes in here except for this, okay? But you don't have to really have it yet. Now, build state right here, I changed it over to a different one, but you could use the same one. But I want you guys to be aware this is going to change like pretty much right now. Okay, so mode switch. Let's look at this. Mode switch, we take an object, and every single time we want to go someplace else, we instantiate a new object and stuff. And this is not desirable for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it. And we're going to change it based on just some simple code. We'll still allow it to push this function, but we're going to have private functions that are going to do stuff. So using system, okay? And just like in a lot of our other things, we're going to use an action. Action, no parameters, do job. Okay? Which is going to default to null. Which we could put something completely different. Really not very, actually, probably pretty early. We're going to keep all this the same, except in our thing here, instead of do this, we're going to call this down here. And this is going to be protected void. It says build state switch. Yeah. Now, building state, we're going to put go. Now, let's just put building go. No parameters or anything. Okay? we will copy this crap here. Alright, but instead of do this, we're going to put we're going to go in here to state switch. Okay, we are going to copy this code, which could be the other one, it doesn't matter. Whichever one you're using, you'll probably be copying this version of it. Okay, you're going to paste it right in here. Okay, and transform.name equals building state. It will do the same thing. So in here, we will delete this crap. And we will go do job equals building go. And that's all we need to do to push the building mode. Okay, we will allow the other ones to stay the same just because we haven't went to those yet. But instead of going up here and on this on click, we are going to have, we're going to exit out of this version, do job dot invoke, and this is a function, and there we go. Now we'll save and go into Unity, and we should not have a broken game. Everything should work as it said. We're only changing the way the button goes. The button shouldn't care about this object file and stuff like that. I never intended it to do, I wanted it to do more, but it shouldn't. It should just be plainer. So, upgrade. Oh, object reference not. What? Oh, yes, because it doesn't actually exist now because of other things are broken now. Okay, well, that's fine. So our building does work, but our other things do not. And that is due to us needing to switch it over to the actions instead. Okay? So as a temporary thing, what we're going to do in this do invoke is we're going to put if object equals null, we do what we used to. Okay. Else we do the invoke. So if the object is not null, up here, which we will put default to null. If it's not null because we've instantiated something, then we should get everything that we get. Okay? It's basically just a temporary fix until we get to those other states, which we can swap them now, but I do not see what? Reference null? It shouldn't be null right now. It should actually... Oh, that's right. It can't be null? Object do work. Really? You can't do that? You can't check to see if it's null? Really? You know what? I know the action can be null. So if the action is null, then do work. There we go. We'll go backwards then. Pretty sure that will work for us. Because the object might not be nullable, and that's perfectly fine, I guess. You know, I mean, I was pretty sure that you could C# null it and everything else, but you may not be able to just because how it interprets it and shit. So we should be able to do buildings now. Yes, there we go. Now it works. See. And the reason I know what it is it just depends on how the game engine interprets it. See, right here, the object, it's a regular C# class, which isn't set up to be nullable right off the bat. But I was hoping if I just put in null right here, then it would read it as null. No, it won't read it as null. It will read an action. An action can be nullable. Okay? Which is why I went backwards with it. But it's only a this code right here isn't going to exist pretty soon. Okay? It's not going to slow your program down or anything else. It's just comparing a delegate to make sure it doesn't have any listeners, and then boom. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to work with, but we will be going through all these again anyway. But in the meantime, this will work for you with the action. And remember, in order to get action, you must have systems. And everything else should work perfectly fine for you. Other than, you know, game manager. You guys won't have a game manager like that. You'll have state behaviors, I think, or something like that. Right? I do believe state behaviors. Yeah, game behaviors. That's what it is. You'll have this version, which I have a better version, I believe, coming. I haven't worked out all the kinks of it yet. But anyway, guys, that is how you take a button, give it an action, and delegate a different state over in our game. Now, if you didn't know and you didn't watch the other videos, then you would not realize that this is coming from a mode panel, a modes thing here, which is, it just builds buttons, gets component mode state, and then pushes a function to each one of these. We always have these, so I just hard-coded more new ones all the time. And there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do that, because, well, you know, we're always going to have a research thing, we're always going to have an upgrade thing, we're always going to have a build panel. I mean, you guys could come up with some other thing, but I didn't see a reason why not to have this. And that's all it does, is spawn these panels with sprites. So, pretty simple, but thanks for watching, and this is War over and out, and I will try to get some more videos on the building mode, how we're going to be changing it, and making it a lot easier to work with. So, take care, guys, and peace out, everybody, and have a nice Friday night, or whatever day it is. It's Friday for me, so peace. It's war over and out.